to get that real life working experience. To get that real life working experience. So today we're going to talk about your faculty coordinator, DocuSign, work hours requirement, the MLOs, Blackboard, grading, the next steps, and any questions you may have. Now, Joy is going to be assisting me. She's going to be answering some questions in chat if you have those. And if you need to ask a question, you can always put, I think there's like a little hand raise that you can do, and we can get those answered for you. So who's your faculty coordinator? Your faculty coordinator is someone within your actual program who's going to be following you. So if you have any technical questions about your program, they're going to be the one that you talk to. They're going to visit you on your job site at least once throughout the semester. They'll contact you a couple times just to see how everything's going. They'll also sign off on the MLOs. Now we'll talk about those here in just a couple minutes. And they'll be the ones grading your Blackboard assignments and giving you that final grade. I will be the one that's doing all your documentation and keeping all of that and recording your grades at the very end. Okay, so DocuSign. This is our biggest thing. Anything that we do throughout the semester, we're going to be sending you DocuSign. It will go directly to you, the email that you provided. So please make sure that I have the correct email that you can get into. If I do not have the correct email, this can cause late assignments. If it causes late assignments, that can mean that you wouldn't get the grade that you actually should get because you're not getting the emails. If you see each week you haven't received an email, you can always reach out and ask, are there any emails coming out this week if you feel like you haven't gotten something when you should have. Sorry, my desk keeps shaking. And so this is an electronic thing. It'll go to you email-wise, then it'll automatically route to the next person. The documents will be sent on the day, will be sent before they are due. Usually I'll send them out on Monday. All your assignments are due on Saturday by midnight. So make sure you check that email. Once they're signed and it's a final document, you will receive that has all the signatures on it. Your next step for that, for your actual assignment, for that faculty coordinator to be able to grade you, will be for you to upload that final document into into Blackboard. And we'll talk about that here in just a minute. If you look right here, this is how you will get the emails. It'll say Jennifer Edders via DocuSign. Timesheet for your last name from me. This will be the initial email. Then once all of the signatures are on there, your supervisor signs them, you'll get that final document from DocuSign, and it'll say DocuSign via DocuSign and this email address right here. Completed timesheet for your first and last name from Jennifer Edders. This is now at the point where you download and you re-upload into Blackboard. Again, if it does not go into Blackboard, your faculty coordinator could not grade you on it. Therefore, if it doesn't go into Blackboard, it does not happen. So please don't have it at the end of the semester to where we're scrounging to get you to upload things in Blackboard. Please make sure you're doing that as needed. So your hours required, if you are taking our 1 hour course, your hours required are 160 hours. If you're taking our 2 hour course, you're required 320 hours. If you're not sure which course you're taking, you can contact me directly and we can talk about that. And this is how you will enter your time. You'll enter for the total hours for each day worked. The minutes are going to be rounded into 15-minute increments. So minutes over the hour, 1 minute to 7 minutes over the hour, you just keep it at, say, 5 o'clock. If it's 5:09, you're going to round that up to 5.25. If it's 5:31, you'll round up to 5.50. and then so forth. This is how we do the time. We ask that you do it this way because number one, it's easier to calculate, but number two, it gives it more round numbers. That way it's just more simpler. I actually have an example that I'm gonna pop up here. Now this semester, we're gonna be going to 4-week timesheets. And we're doing that because it just seems to be, we are hoping that it's gonna be a little easier for everyone to keep up with. So you're not constantly doing timesheets. Now, if you give me just one moment, I'm going to try to get this up on the screen. Here we go. All right. So this is an example of a 4-week timesheet. You will have your name here. You will be typing this information in. And your first 4-week timesheet will be these dates, 9/3 through 9/9. You'll enter in all your time, enter in your total for the week. 9/10 through 9/16, 9/17 through 9/23, and 9/24 through 9/30. This is how your 4-week timesheet will look this semester. Once you have put all your time in, tally it at the bottom, sign it. Once you sign it, you will be able to send it over to your supervisor. Again, I will send these out the Monday before it is due. So let me pull this up. So let's see. Sorry, give me 1 second. Well, I'm sorry, it is now froze. I apologize. There we go. Nope, it is not going to allow me to do it. Anyway, your assignments, you will be able to see that on, you'll be able to see that on your Blackboard. And it looks like I stopped screen sharing. Give me just a moment. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay.
There we go. I think we're back on it. So your first assignment will be due, your first 4-week timesheet will be due October 7th by 11:59 p.m. So if you have any questions about your timesheet, please contact me directly if you need to. Let's move on. Here's another sample. This was the 2-week timesheet that we're no longer doing this semester. We're going to try that 4-week timesheet out. So let's talk about your measurable learning objectives. This is something that you need to discuss with your supervisor to make sure that you can create some goals that will go hand in hand with what you're learning this semester, as well as what you're doing on the job training. We ask that you discuss this with your supervisor and then turn around and discuss this with your faculty coordinator. If you don't know who they are, please contact me and I can get that information to you. I will have you record these and turn this in for your 2nd week assignment. And this is just to know what you're going to be doing throughout the semester. And it's also something measurable that you will start and you will be evaluated on at the end of the semester. This is part of your grade. Make sure that the measurable learning objectives are related to your course study and related to what you're doing on the job. Please do not put on here, I will attend class on time. Please do not add, I will make sure I get my work done this semester. That is not stuff that would be considered measurable learning objectives. Things would be such as if you're in the welding program, you would learn a new weld. You would learn how to weld with a different heat. You would learn how to possibly weld with a different material. That is just with welding. There's all sorts of different things you can do with your program specifically. We do ask that you have 3 of these. That way we can, we just know that you're working on different things throughout the semester. I will send you something. Your assignment will be sent out, I believe it's the 2nd week, to get these filled out. But again, start talking with your supervisor and your faculty coordinator this week. That way you kind of have an idea of what those goals are going to be when you're ready to fill those out next week. Okay. Blackboard. So the purpose of Blackboard is, like I said before, your faculty coordinator is going to be the one following you this semester. And with them following you, if they're not out there every single day working with you, they don't really know what you're doing. So Blackboard gives them the access they need to know that you are working. It also will give them the information of some things you're doing. So not only will you have timesheets in Blackboard, you're also going to have some questions that we ask you each week. So when you're not turning in a timesheet, you will have a few assessments you have to do each week. You'll have an assessment that you have to do each week that you're not doing a timesheet. That will give you 1 to 3 questions, sometimes a few more. This helps connect you with the faculty coordinator. The due dates again are going to be Saturday at 11:59 p.m. You're going to upload your documents here, your timesheet documents, your evaluations, those MLOs. Again, if it's not uploaded into Blackboard, it did not happen. Please remember that. If it did not happen, we cannot count hours, nor can we count assignments, which means you may not get those grades that you need to pass the class. If you have any questions with Blackboard, you can always contact me or your faculty coordinator. Grading. You will receive a letter grade based on the following: the completion of your work hours. Again, for 1 credit hour, you need to have 160 hours. For 2 credit hours, you need to have 320 credit hours. You'll also have completion of those MLOs. Now, when you set those MLOs, as we talked about a few minutes ago with your supervisor and your faculty coordinator, your supervisor will assess you at the end of the semester, and that will go to your faculty coordinator who works on that grade. This is part of your grade. Your employer evaluation, part of those MLOs, they're going to evaluate you not only on the MLOs, but also on things such as, were you at work on time? Did you have a good attitude at work? Did you complete what needed to be completed? Were you safe? Was there any issues you had throughout the semester that they had to talk with you about? So not only are you getting work hours and credit for that, but you're also having this company take you on, and you get to show them your work ethic while you are there. Completion of assignments in a timely manner. So that's the Blackboard. And then communication with faculty coordinator. If for some reason you don't know what you're doing, if for some reason you're just kind of feeling lost at the moment, contact your faculty coordinator and or me. I will be more of the DocuSign. They'll be more of the Blackboard piece. However, I can help you a little bit with the Blackboard, but DocuSign, definitely contact me.
Jennifer, can we ask if there's any questions so far?
That's exactly what I was going to do. I see there's 5 chats. Is there anything specific we need to look at, Ms. Joy?
Let me unmute myself. I put a couple things in the chat just as a reminder. Everyone, I did put Jennifer's email address so that you have that. I'm sure you already do, but I put it in the chat box just in case you guys needed it. I also added to the chat box that Jennifer mentioned about uploading to Blackboard. The main reason that it's important for you to upload your DocuSign documents into Blackboard is Jennifer has access to DocuSign, but your faculty coordinators do not. So when she says if it's not in Blackboard, it's not done, to your faculty coordinators, that's how it looks. They only have access to Blackboard. So that's why it's very important for you to upload those documents in Blackboard so that they can grade them. The other just item that I put in the chat box, just as a reminder, is the measurable learning objectives. Please reach out to your faculty coordinators to help you with those. You can also, pull up the objectives for your program. For example, if you're in automotive, or if you're in business, or engineering, or any of those other programs, you can look in the Gaston College catalog and look at program specific objectives, what you will be able to do when you graduate Gaston College. So you can always use that as a resource as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joy. Did anybody have any questions before we move forward?
No.
Okay. All right. So what are the next steps? So the next steps are get started. You're going to check your Blackboard each week, complete your DocuSign when received, upload documents by due date, make sure work hours are recorded accurately and honestly. Now let me stop here. When you record your work hours, as soon as you put your signature on that page, it will go to your supervisor. Your supervisor is instructed, and they know for them to double check those hours. They will sign off on them. So please make sure you have the correct hours. And then ensure upload documents are completed with all required signatures. Now, we understand that if for some reason your mentor or your supervisor is out on vacation and they can't sign on that particular day, we understand that. But if we see that you have not signed it in a timely manner, then that's when we're going to come to you and say, hey, what's going on? How come things aren't getting done? So please make sure you look at that when it's ready to be signed and you do your part. Then, oops. So remember, WBL is work-based work experience. WBL is professional references. So even though you have a job now, you may not be at your dream job, which is fine. You don't have to be. You're in college. What you do during this work experience can follow you to other jobs. This is going on your resume. When they contact this to see how you did or whatever questions they may have, this is a new professional reference for you. Please do your best. Make sure you are aligning with the company's values. Make sure you are on time. You are dressed the way you need to be. You have a professional standing. You have a great work ethic and a great attitude. All these things will go together to create that professional reference. It's always good to make connections, and you never know who you're going to meet on a daily basis, especially during these work-based learnings. So here we go. More questions. Does anybody have any other questions? I don't see any coming through the chat. Joy, do you see anything?
I do not.
Okay. All right. So we are at 8:52. I took almost an hour of your time, which is no worries. If you have any questions about this, please let us know. You can call me directly. Miss Joy put my information in there, and most of you should already have it. I believe that's it for the day. And if you have anything else you need, please let us know.
Jennifer, before everyone leaves, I want to remind everybody that today, if you could go into Blackboard and complete your quiz, your orientation quiz, that is going to count as your first day. We have to go in and Jennifer has to go in and mark that you attended today's event, today's orientation, and that you've completed your quiz. So when she sees that in Blackboard, she'll be able to go in and put today as your first day. And Jennifer will let you know what that password will be for that quiz.
Yes. So the password for the quiz, I'm putting it up on the screen right now. So please know that this password is case sensitive. So it needs to be an uppercase M and then an uppercase R. Everything else is lowercase. So this is what you will need to complete that orientation quiz.
When I tried to log into Blackboard, it looked different and it didn't give access to the class. Is that to be happening soon?
Kelly, you and I will be talking about that. If you will,
Okay.
if you'll hang out here in Zoom for just a couple minutes, hopefully it won't cut us off.
Okay.
I will talk to you more about your class.
Yay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Hopefully everybody got that passcode. Go ahead and get that quiz done. That way you can be done and over with on that one. And again, if y'all have any questions, please contact me. All right. Have a great day, you guys.